Hi you guys, this is Gwendolyn and I'm back now. And for today's video, I would like to share with you what's in my little cute bag here and a little bit of chit chat. So, around. Get deeper into the video, please do me a favor and go ahead and subscribe, like, or just give me a little comment. Let me know how you guys are doing because I want to update you on how I'm doing. So let's do that. Booyah! Okay, I am looking out of the window like always. That's what I do, but I'm going to have me a cup of coffee today while I share with you a few things that's in my little Louis bag here. I usually do, as you guys know, I'm usually doing cappuccinos and things like that, but for today I decided to do just a coffee, and I'm trying to wean myself off of so much of the, the creamer and things like that. This is just, gosh, you know I gotta talk about stuff. So I'm trying to wean myself off of that because, as my understanding, isn't it the black coffee that's healthier? And I know, and I don't like it. Or, just thinking about it, maybe it's, I'm sure it's the type of coffee that we use. Sorry, my dog is breathing so hard and sometimes he's dramatic. So, I don't know if you gotta hear. Anyway, so, but yeah, isn't it that? And so I think there's a coffee shop in my area or closer to me, other than Starbucks. I think I'm gonna start going in there and getting really fresh coffee and things like that, so I could go to drinking black coffee. That's what I'm thinking about, because it's okay. This coffee it's actually okay. I have a little bit of creamer in it. Oh God, would a girl stop talking about that coffee? No, I'm really trying to work this out. Like, it took me a while to get into tea, into hot tea. So finally I figured out a way, and my son makes it the best. So, but anyway, I'm gonna get to the handbag. Let me just sip some of this, because it's nothing worse than it being cold for me. Can't do that. So, okay, this is the bag that I'm going to show you guys today. My tiny little, well, it's not tiny, but my PM size damier ebene, I think it is, or the little checkered pattern. That I love this little bag. It is so cute. Now this strap here, the one that's on here, like sort of thick like this, of course this did not come with the handbag. I'm in focus, you guys. I apologize if I'm not. But this is the little bucket. It is so cute, and it came with, I have a video on it, but I bought this one pre-loved, and it came with a pochette, because that's why this one has, I think it's a little connector in this bag somewhere. I could have sworn I saw one. I'll look for it again. I thought it was a chain down in the bottom of this one, and maybe it was, I'll see if it's down in here. Anyway, but it did come with the pochette, as so did my larger GM monogram Louis bucket. This one they both have feet on the bottom, and the bottom is a little bit, I think they do, yeah. This one, I'm just trying not to flip it all the way over. And it's pretty solid on the bottom, like for stability. So the bag pretty much sits upright, even empty. Like this one only has, the GM only has, like, you know, the stuffing plastic in it, and it sits upright like that. And I'll show you about what all I can fit in this one another next video maybe, but I'll put it right here so you can whatever, keep your eyes on it. But anyway, so for this one carries and feels more like a crossbody. I guess that would be sufficient in the description of whatever, because it's a little bit smaller, but it holds a decent amount of things. Probably like, oh, maybe not as much as a Speedy, but maybe a Speedy 25 or a Speedy 30, maybe. It just depends on how you pack your bags. So, because of course this one gives you room upright versus, you know, across or width, in your width. But it fits on my shoulder pretty well, even with the regular straps. They are adjustable. See, they buckle into the different lengths that you want. You detach the straps like that. So maybe if you get those types of bags that have the strap, you know, like you can keep linking a strap to a strap, whatever, with the Louis bags, you can extend your straps longer if you need to. But I just hitched this one on there, and I connected it at an angle, just to give it a little bit something. Even though the hardware on this one I ordered is silver, it doesn't faze me. But the coloring of the straps, whatever, are the same. And then this one extends further. So if I wanted to wear it crossbody completely, I can extend this strap and wear it all the way across. So like that. Okay, so now let's get into a few things that I've been carrying around in this bag. Now, first of all, I could fit in here. I don't know if you can see it. I try to hold it up, so maybe I can set it on this box on my lap. Let me see if I could do that. Okay, so I have in here a water bottle. Now, realistically, our truck was driving by. They're doing construction in my area. I use this water bottle, as I've shown you guys before. I got this from I think Amazon a while ago. I'm gonna set this on right here in front of me. I got this from Amazon a while ago, and it's flexible. It folds up, it rolls up in a little tiny, whatever, like really small, so you can clip it on you. So it has a clip, you clip it on you. But what I do is I carry this water bottle with me for myself sometimes, or for my dog. And I hitched these little things, I connected onto his leash, his lead or leash, whichever you guys call it. And it just hangs there. Or you can hitch it onto or connect it to your, like a fanny pack or whatever. And I like it because it's silicone, I think it's called. And so when he drinks from it, I just pour it in something else, or my hand or whatever, let him drink from my hand. We don't share. I don't love it that much, so we don't share that way, but you get the idea. But that fits in here. Wait, I'm gonna show you, put it back in there and show you before I remove it how neatly everything fits. And I like this bottle because it's so flexible. But see how I have my bag packed? Everything is so neat in there. I love my bags being neat, you guys. So this full size, like an 8-ounce, I think, water bottle would fit, or just a typical water bottle. It has the 2 pockets in here on each side. So some things I'm pulling out from the pockets, but for right now, I'm just in the middle. Here's one of my pochettes. I think this is the one that came with it, because I know it had a D-ring on it. I just had a few pochettes, and I'm trying to remember which one, but I'm almost sure this one came with this one or the other bucket. It came with one of my buckets. So, and I keep my hand sanitizer, of course, connected on there. Sometimes I carry this, you guys, in place of a wallet. And so I put my, let me set this right here just for a second. So I put, I keep my cards and my cash and things like this in there. So I just group them together and put them inside my pochette. And I keep my even though I have pictures of it, I keep my card from me being, you know, doing what I need to do with this situation that's been going on in the world. So I keep like band-aids and things like that, and women items sometimes with me. Sometimes I keep like a pencil, things like that in there. Keep some little things like in candies or something that I can just keep me occupied. Sometimes I'm just sitting somewhere waiting for a while, and I have that's with me. Or if like the grandbabies, they can get one of the little candies. I always keep a nail clipper with me. I've always done this for years. If you have like and this is a kid's one, but if you have like strings on your clothing or whatever, I just think it's just good to keep it with you. Keep my mask with me. Keep a few with me. Keep like a toothpick. This is kind of cool to keep with you. I'm not trying to gross you out by showing it, but I keep this with me all the time. I don't usually keep my scissors with me, but I had this with me because I was going to trim around my dog's, hit the hair around his neck a little bit so it doesn't rub so much with his leash. So I threw that in there when I was going to Lexi's house. So I always keep some type of, I call them cough drops. I think people call them, I wanted to say hello to it. I forgot the name of them. But anyway, I keep something like this with me all the time. If you start, sometimes especially in spring, whatever, I have allergies to few things. Not like I have a lot of allergies. I don't want to come off like that. But we all, I think, mostly allergic to pollen, like the grass and things. But the green grass, not and sometimes I'm around pets a lot, and I think their hair or their fur goes up in my nose sometimes or whatever, and it causes me to, anyway, weird, but it causes me to almost make my throat feel weird sometimes, whatever. I'm going into too much detail, whatever, but these help. Anytime I'm somewhere and I get choked, I get gagged a little bit, just because I throw one of these in my mouth, and that's good, because you know nowadays it's not the time to be coughing, girl. Somebody will come for you. So anyway, I keep with me my Versace, got more band-aids, little things like that, little chewies, things I keep in my pochette. So that was in there. Let me put a few of these, I put it to the side so I don't waste a lot more time, but that's in one of the pochettes that I have down in here. Another one that I have, I think I keep a little bit of makeup in here. Yeah, I carry a little bit makeup with me. As you guys know about me, I just don't wear a lot of makeup. Even if it appears that way, I'm sure it doesn't, but I don't wear lots of makeup. I barely, so I don't need to carry a lot of things with me. So like this brand, sometimes I do Estee Lauder, or I do my Arbonne, or anybody's foundation that has a little bit, allows me to have the red tones in my skin show well. I would wear their brand, but I know this is faded, but this is the Double Wear and it's light. So I carry one of these with me, sometimes a lotion. This is from a company that I work for. Sunblock, I always keep like a sunscreen. This is like for babies or whatever. I always keep things like that, and just because I don't use it a lot, being honest, but when my grandbabies are with me or my son, I try to have it around for their face, their ears, and things like that. And it's a stick, so it's so cool. I try to always find these types. Yeah, so anyway, that's in here. I keep that with me. I keep a massager with me. I've showed you guys this before. I mean, this a little stone, I called it a massager, but this thing works for real. I've shown it before, but like in my neck or whatever, that the way it goes along your neck and your back and things, and what, I promise you, it really works. Natural stones are really beneficial to us. I'm serious, and this thing works. I keep this with me when I'm really sore. I'm just sitting there, I can do this, and I promise you I can feel the difference. It loosens up where I get really tight through here a lot. Anyway, it genuinely works. I have a pouch for it, but I don't know where I put it. I keep these with me sometimes. This is a sweat shield. This is mostly for my son. When he's with me, if he's out of them, I try to keep him on hand. It helps him with the excessive sweating. And it could be his hands, his feet, whatever. You can rub it on there. Then you kind of, you know, clean it away afterwards. But anyway, and it lasts for up to about seven days. But you guys know I have the procedure to lessen my, you know, my sweat, my excessive sweating. So anyway, I keep those with me just in case he needs one. I keep a brush with me just because. This was by Sephora, a tiny little brush, just because it's cute. I keep this brush. I love this brush. This is by Rock and Republic, an older company, but I love the brush, a blender or whatever. And I use this for anything. If I'm getting a little bit oily, like typically here, I just do this and dap around whatever, and that helps. So keep a little bit of cologne with me. The other one, and sometimes this one I had in here, beautiful. I like it. It opens like that, but it's not much anything in it anymore. But I keep that. I have another tiny brushes. I usually carry small brushes, a hair clip and things like that. That's all that's in here. But I keep this with me. This is the bare minimum of makeup things that I do. I just got them kind of scattered between the two bags. That's usually what I do for makeup, is that bare minimum for me. Usually there are a few more items that I stick in there. Sometimes they're just sitting in my bathroom, but that's the gist of it. That's mostly what I use. And I'll take a larger brush sometimes if my purse will allow it, which this one does. As you see, I can sit it upright in my handbag and in the bucket. And if I do this one, sometimes I need to go all over. And when keeping that with me, that's what I do. So I don't just rub my face. You understand? So that's what that is about. That's been in there. Keep that with me. I keep like Eucerin. I think this was what this is called, but this is not the one I use the most. I use Cortaid. I think it's Cortaid. For the dry skin and things like that around the edges of my scalp, sometimes around here, around my hairline. I mean, around my nose or whatever get dry, my brow, whatever. I use this. And then sometimes I just get and dab it, like just do a little dab, as I call it, in places if I feel like it's getting a little bit dry throughout the day. So do that. I carry my Louis cute little heart shape pouch or something with me. I love this thing. It's so cute, and it has, as we can see, this little thingy here to connect it to stuff. I just connected it to itself. So that, and I keep gum and some earplugs in there, some more my cough drops and things like that I keep in there. That's all, or whatever. It's for change. It's I think it could be used for coins and things like that. I know a lot of us don't use coins that much, I guess, but if you go to like downtown areas or places where they have meters, and they still have meters here, of course, in Cali. So a lot of times I put change in them, but I have this circular coin pouch or whatever as well. I have a circular one. So I've had that in there. More gum. Usually I stick it inside that pouch. Kleenex. Keep with me. And put some stuff here so it doesn't fall. My Dinair lipstick. I wear a lot of different types of lipsticks or lip stains. Lip stain, I guess they would call it. But this is the best. I've tried so many brands. This is just the best one. I don't want it to be, but it is. It's the best one, Dinair. So, and I still have airbrush things. I'll talk to you guys about that if you guys want to see a video on more of the Dinair things. I can show you that too, because I love it. I still have my things, I still use the airbrush makeup sometimes. It's amazing. It really is. And the tanning, as well, like you guys know, Lexi was, when she was competing, we do the tanning. But I wanted to show you guys about that as well through the Dinair. Not trying to promote that for this video, but I'm just being honest. I've watched people go through issues with tanning solutions and things. The Dinair, I'm serious. It is amazing because it stains on the skin and it's sugar based or things like that. Anyway, I'll go into it in another video. If you guys are interested in it, let me know. I will walk you through it. Again, I've done a video in the past, but I'll show you about it for people that tan. It is amazing. I'm being honest. It is amazing. It goes, it settles in the skin. I shouldn't say stay. It settles in the skin, but by it being natural, it doesn't cause any problems. And it lasts for, if I'm not mistaken, it was 10 to 14 days or longer. I can't remember. I thought longer, but I'll have to go check again. Anyway, I'll let you guys know about that since I was looking at, I'm sorry, I showed you backwards, the Dinair. Okay, so that I keep with me. Yeah, see, here's a connector, D-ring connector inside the bucket. And it's also inside my larger bucket. So that's why I was almost sure that this pochette came with it. No, wrong. I'm sorry. I keep saying this one. It's another one I have that's the same pattern. This is the, okay, this one went with the other one, the larger bucket. But it's the same size and it has a D-ring on the other one that it did come with that. I wish I had it with me, but you get the, it's just like this one. It's just the damier. It's the same pattern. I'm sorry, I forgot to look at the pattern on it when I kept holding it up. And I don't know why I don't have that one in here. I just switch them out sometimes. I have my iPod. I still listen to music using my iPod in my vehicle. I listen to that. And my iPad, of course. So I have just a mint in here in the side pocket, and I have my other lipstick in here, the Revlon Ultra HD Vinyl Lip Polish, which works okay. Okay, so that's all I had in here with those items. But the size, I want to show you this really quickly. You guys know I always have the larger iPad. It would fit like this. If I ever carried that iPad, the largest one like that, it would, the width is fine, but of course it would stick out like that. So I just want to give you an idea. But, and there's so many other things that you can fit in this size little bucket, but that's what I am carrying in my bag. And I'll put all of this stuff back together later, but it's not, it doesn't seem to, it's not a bag that holds weight. I can't, it's a really well structured, well thought out shape or something. It doesn't seem to have a lot of weight to it. And even with the water bottle and everything, I know it's not 100% full, but you know, it's enough. It doesn't seem to put weight on the bag. And if it did, I would not hitch these to the buckle like that. I wouldn't do it. If it was too heavy, it's no way I would rip my canvas. This bag is really, really a cute bag. I love it. And I'll talk about that again later. I just wanted to jump in here, like I said, show you guys that, give you a little bit update on things. I am aware of the stuff that happened. I wanted to get on here and talk to you guys about the situation that's happened with the, you know, you guys know the old news now, the Will Smith and all of that stuff, things that happened. I was so in my feelings and I'm like, oh my God. But it was in the news. I got to talk about, no, she's a day late, whatever. Oh well, week, month, whatever, who cares? But at the end of the day, I just wanted to say something about that, because I don't have to go into the, you know, all the dynamics of how it happened, why it happened, and things like that so much. But I do want to say this because I am a life coach, and things that happened in the world with people that makes the news and things like that, especially things that happen with people that I don't find to be fair, or I don't find to be, I feel like someone is being bullied, someone has been threatened, someone has been harmed in any way, emotionally, whatever, however, physically, whatever, I am going to speak on it. So I just wanted to say this. Despite what happened and why it happened, I commend Chris Rock for the way he handled himself and things like that. I understand people go through things, and with the other family, I understand it. No one can tell me about what people go through. If I sat up here and told you guys the stuff that I've been through, still going through for the last 4+ years, you wouldn't know how I'm still have hair, how I'm sitting here with hair in my head. It is, and I don't mean that to be funny, I'm just being real. It's been a lot on me, and I still don't feel the need to go out there and do something really harmful, hurtful to anyone. It's not in my nature. Yes, I will defend myself, but to just do that because I'm going through something is no excuse, and we know it. I'm just being real. So I'm saying that from, like I said, I have to speak on this because that's what I want to do. When someone does something to violate you, to me, in any perspective, whatever that means, I still yet think that Chris Rock should have taken some measures later, like not revenge. I'm not talking about going back and retaliating against people. I'm not talking about that. I feel like he should have sued him or something, only because I know it's one time, I don't mind, but in my opinion, some of the problems I face with people that's been victimized by things, by people, by something in the world, or someone, I should say someone. The best way to stop a bully is in their tracks, in my opinion. You stop a bully. And sometimes it's not to get physical with them. Sometimes it's to show them that that behavior is not okay. It's just the truth. Because I think about us as an adult. I don't want my son seeing me being the perpetrator, going and hurting someone. By the same token, my kids rather, I also don't want him to see me just taking things I shouldn't have to take. That's teaching him how to stand up for himself. So I think that's the time to use the legal system, in my opinion, and show him, I just want you to understand you can't do this ever again. And especially with the way it was handled immediately after. That was pathetic. So that's why I wanted to mention it, because it's not so much about the news of them. It's just the narrative of don't let bullies get away with mistreating you. Stop them in their tracks. Go the legal route and stop them. Show them that it's not okay and it's not acceptable. That's how you stop a bully. Because we end up in this world, in Gwen's opinion, and facts, it's not just my opinion, when people get away with things for whatever their reason, privilege, whatever they feel like they are, sorry, someone feels sorry for them, whatever the reason, that's how people keep doing things. That's how people go on to the next victim and hurt someone else. Maybe not the exact same way, but still hurt someone else. When we have victims that come out 5, 10, 15 years later, say someone did something to them. You know how many people could have gotten hurt or possibly did get hurt while you sat there and thought to do nothing about it for whatever your reasons were. Oh, I feel sorry for them. I like them. I forgive them. I'm afraid of them. Whatever your reasons are. That's how I am. I believe in stopping the bully in their tracks. Now, had it been something they discussed beforehand, that's different if it was a conversation, but it went past the conversation. It went past the conversation. So from that point on, I believe you have to do something to show them and show the world, show their children, show your kids. That's not going to be okay. So I decided to go ahead and finish my training of thought with my phone. So we're going to have to get through this. But the thing is, what I was saying, because I just didn't feel like waiting on my camera. It died. You guys know how that goes. Why do these cameras cost so much and they just shut off, like from being overheated, or I know some phones can do that as well. Anyway, but it's so annoying. Sorry about the lighting or whatever, but I decided to go ahead and finish my train of thought. I guess I might have slapped my camera out of my hand. Anyway, but I was just talking about, like I said, only because a part of my job now, or my choice of life, is to help other people get through things with my life coaching, understand? So it's to help people get through things that they're dealing with, to be a better person from their perspective, on their side of things, as well as expecting, to be treated better from others. So that's why I was using that event, not to go in there and just try to, find something to talk about, because trust me, I got a lot of things I could talk about. I could talk for hours, as we know. So about anything, it could be about Lent. Trust me, I could talk to you a long time about Lent. It's just the way I am. But that, as I was saying, you need to stop a bully in their tracks. And it doesn't mean to be mean or anything like that. It just has nothing to do with that. At the end of the day, when we cross lines that we're not supposed to cross, we need to, sometimes I understand everything doesn't warrant a extreme anything all the time. I understand that. I understand giving people chances. I understand all of it. I taught my children as younger kids to always give people a chance. Someone does something that you don't like, whatever, give them a chance, speak up and let them know, hey, you know what, whatever, I don't like that. Could you please not do that anymore, whatever. And then another chance. And then, like if it's a kid situation in school or whatever, I suggest that they talk to the teachers or whomever and let them know you're trying to handle this yourself, whatever. So I'm very fair. So, however, when we become adults, everybody in the world is not going to go through that many steps and stages. It's just true. It's the truth. And we know that to be real, because like me, and this is truly who I am. There are certain things in the world you could do to me once and I'm going to react. It's just my nature. I'm going to react, and it's in whatever. When you do something to someone, you have to expect that something's going to be done back to you. And that doesn't have to be, I'm not going to go into whole detail of right, wrong, religion, evil, good, all of that. I'm not. At the end of the day, you just have to know that choices you make, good or bad, whatever, something is going to occur with the choices you make. Something on the other end of that is going to happen with the choices we make. Now, like I said, I get tired of hearing about people waiting 10, 15, 20 years to say somebody did something to them. I'm being honest. And I know that sounds mean to some people, but why wait that? Why allow so many other people to get hurt while you're waiting? Or just don't ever say anything about certain things, or don't ever, just let it go. To me, if you wait that long, just let it go. Deal with it and let it go. So to prevent that, my windows are open. I'm like feeling all this wind coming in. To prevent that, speak up to some degree. That's my air conditioner. If you're hearing my windows are open, that weird sound is my air conditioner down outside, and the wind is spinning that mechanism inside of it. But anyway, I'm going to try to get past this really fast. But anyway, at the end of the day, stand up for yourself. Even legally, my preference, or talking to someone, I understand. That could have happened like that too as well. But that was kind of severe. The way it played out to me was severe. And that needed more of an understanding. This is what you did. This is how we're going to handle this. So that's why I say something needs to be done to stop people. Let people know we're not just going to be walked over. We're not going to be mistreated. We're not going to be abused. We're not going to be any of that. And that's who I am. That's what when I do something wrong, I've done things, I've messed up, I paid for it and expected to. I paid for it, apologized for it, never did it again, whatever. That's the way I am. But anyway, so that's why I had to speak on it. And like I said, started to say something when it first happened and things like that. But I didn't want to get caught up in the hype of everything with everybody's emotions, including mine. But because the first thing we all say is, it wouldn't have been me. And I mean that. It would not have been me. not things played out like it did. It's just my reflex. It's who I am. It's my reflex. So that would have been nastier, possibly, understand? So that's why just stand up for yourselves, even though you feel like a hero, and it is to a degree, but doing nothing to me is almost worse than doing something sometimes. Not talking about anything mean, evil, not talking about being malicious, not plotting revenge. I'm not talking about that. Never am I talking about that. But people need, this world is just, anyway, there are a lot of privileged people, as we know. And despite what they've been through, we all been through it. Who hasn't been through something? So anyway, at the end of the day, that's what I mean. And I don't dislike anybody. Let's be clear. I don't have to explain that, because there are those people, none of those, the players in this scenario are my friends. But I just think everybody deserves to be treated well and fairly. Everybody. And the situation that, I'm not even going to go into the, I don't believe the alopecia. I can't even address that like I really want to, because someone would be upset. But I know people that have it, and that's, I say, a rarity. When you can see hair follicles because someone shaved their head. If they have a spot here and there, that's not enough to shave your head. You can wear a wig. You can wear a wig, and we know that that's been the truth. I just have to say this. You can wear a wig, and when people choose not to, when you want to show what you think to be an open womb or a scar or something, when you want people to acknowledge something about you that's not well, in my opinion, that's a cry for, hey, don't approach me, talk about this and that over that. Let me be off limits to discuss anything. We know this scenario. We know that was played out that way. Anyway, I know somebody's going to get upset with me for saying this. I could go deeper because I know better. But I'm not going to go that far. But the condition, I don't believe it. I know, to me, I don't believe it. And because I know what that looks like. I know what that condition looks like. And so for it to be, for what I saw, that wasn't enough. And if it is, I'm nobody's doctor. If it is what you say it is, you didn't have to show the world. We didn't need to know that. Everybody wears wigs and things to some degree. People with long, full, beautiful hair wears wigs. Come on, let's be real. That was a don't approach me. So I'm gonna look a particular way, so you won't approach me. To look sad, to look like I'm sick, to look like I'm hurt. That's Gwen's opinion. And the person can call me, I'll tell them, you know you played. You know you played everybody, played yourself and everything. But anyway, Lexi probably gonna cut all this out because you guys don't know. I'm just a person, I don't play excuses. I don't. Because when someone gets hurt by your choices and your actions, or your provoking, or your whatever you're doing, you know what you do. We all have done it. We've given looks and things, and people react. We know better. I'm not saying that's, anyway, that's a 1% blame. That's my truth, and I'll say it to them. That's a 1% blame to knowing people try to avoid conflict with us. So sometimes people do dumb things, and I'm not saying that anyway, I'm not going to get into it all because somebody be upset with me. I just don't play. I don't play it. I could stare at my kids a certain way, my dog, and they know what I mean, and they're going to feel uncomfortable to some degree. Come on. Anyway, so at the end of the day, I know people are, that's not her fault. That's not his fault. Everybody, 2 people were at fault to me, and 1 person was a victim. That's my truth. 1 tiny percent won, the other one, of course. But anyway. So anyway, that's how I am. Everybody has to take ownership for what they did, what role they played, and that's just how I feel. That's my opinion. Please don't get in the comments and start trying to make me change the dynamics of the world. It's not going to happen. I take responsibility for me. So anyway, you guys take care. I know a lot of this you may not ever hear, but I could go deeper, but I'm not going to go deeper. And everybody I think are nice people. I think everybody are sweet, beautiful people. I do. I just think everybody needs to get back to that place. That's all. So anyway, you guys take care of yourselves. I'm sorry I'm going on and on and on, but that's my life coach part of me. I have to go there. And I hope everybody's doing well. I hope everybody's great. I hope everybody's making themselves happy and someone else happy for the day. Take care of yourselves. Love you so much. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Boom, boom. And turn on your notifications. What I'm looking for. Oh, and say bye-bye to the buckets. Bye, buckets bag. Anyway, love you guys so much. Take care of yourselves. Peace out.